train every Monday and Wednesday.
Yep.
Love
So,
Monday.
yep, Monday morning.
I know they may not like it.
Oh,
I know.
Like, it starts the week right.
It's so funny
Yeah, the
seeing them
coffee
come in.
pot brewing.
Yeah.
For our role play, we role play how do you overcome objections for the whole home wellness
Yes.
evaluations.
Right.
You know, I wrote objections on a piece of paper. The technicians go up to the front because you never know what a customer's going to say.
Sure.
You pull your objection out and you have to stand in front of the class. I'm the customer, somebody else the customer, and we're going to give you that objection. How are you going to overcome it?
Right.
The very last day
Last
of
day
the year.
Is that right?
They
The
hit
last
the
day.
goal.
Yeah.
What kind of party and celebration happened with
Yeah,
that?
man, they was very excited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
That was fun. That was really fun.
that's very.
Because the team pulled together. It wasn't us out there every day. They was like, hey, we can do this. We just need this. And they just broke it down to the smallest denominator. And
Doing it.
they
are
were
Nice, but that's
You know, your top line could be great,
yes.
but if you're not profitable, it doesn't really matter. The way that the algorithm reads data, videos really help you out. It helps. It's just a really natural way, and it's free. Like I tell the ladies, keep your phones by you all the time because they'll kind of get Mory going. He'll like be dancing around the office singing. A little song. And those
You're viral.
This is true.
I knew I recognized you from something. Yeah, on TikTok.
one of his best videos, him singing Mariah Carey Fantasy.
Oh my. Oh my.
So
But it makes you likable, right?
it
Plus,
was.
Yeah.
Mory, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for helping me.
Oh, of course. Now, for those who have not met you at a CertainPath event, training, share with everyone your name, your company name, where you guys are located.
Well, my name is Mory Belle, and our company name is Dr. Electric, and we're out of Lexington, Kentucky.
Very good. This beautiful woman next to you.
And this is Clarissa Belle. Like this.
Oh, okay. So my name is Dr. Clarissa Belle. So happy to be a part of Dr. Electric with Mory. Yes. And like you said, we're out of Lexington, Kentucky.
Very good. Very good. Excited to talk to you guys. There are a lot of great things, but we're talking. Business is good. Business is growing. Kind of share with everyone what you're hoping to hit revenue wise this year.
Yeah, so this year we're hoping to hit right around 2 million, maybe 2.1 if we get lucky.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the year, but we're gonna be close to that mark.
Is it, and with how many trucks?
We have 5 trucks I'm gonna raise.
Oh, good. Absolutely did. That's super exciting. Eh? And you guys have only been with us since what?
Since 2023, around March or April 2023.
Right. And then what was LB was company at that point?
At that point, we had, I think, maybe 3 trucks on the road then, and our revenue is around 600,000 before we came.
Really been growing.
100%.
I'm excited. Well, good. I love hearing good people do well. So we'll dig into what you guys do operationally in a minute. But I love learning people's kind of genesis stories, right? How that started. So, let's start with you because this is a trade podcast. So how did you get involved in electrical?
Wonderful question. It's kind of complicated, but not. So when I graduated high school, I literally had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. So I was working at a grocery store, just doing a little pitting stuff. And my cousin actually was working with an electrician where they did a bunch of rough-ins, new homes, new construction. And so I was at his house and we was just talking. And his boss, they needed help because they was putting in an underground service.
Yeah.
And it was right next to a main gas line. So they would not allow them to use machines. So they needed an extra hand to kind of dig the ditch out and just help run the service. So they was just looking for live spots. And
Yeah, right.
so he asked, did I want to do it? I was like, sure, why not? Because I grew up in the country, so hard work is nothing to me. I grew up working real hard, so that was nothing. So I was like, sure, let's give it a shot. I had no idea what it was. I literally just showed up to help dig, and here we are. It was like, now, you're an electrician now, so you have to start at the bottom, obviously. Yeah, and that's kind of how I started.
So that in it, like an apprentice. So you did, yep. So so you were with that company for how long?
I was with them for about 2 years.
Okay.
Yep. And then I moved on to a different company in the area. This all took place in South Georgia.
Oh,
where I'm originally from. Yep. So, So moved on from there to a different company before I moved to Lexington.
okay. Well, why the move to Lexington?
Well, this lovely lady here.
Okay, this is where the journeys.
This is where the journey combined. All right, so how that happened. So we're both from South Georgia, and she got offered to finish her doctorates at the University of Kentucky. So we came to visit, and then she liked it, and then she accepted the spot there to be one of their students. And here we are. That's what brought us to Lexington, Kentucky.
Let's back up. Cognitive.
All right.
Okay. Always go for it. I want to hear your rendition.
Oh boy, pressure.
What led us to attend the event today? We've been watching the CertainPath podcast on YouTube for quite some time, and it just had a lot of good content, so we wanted to come and see what that content was live. Coming into this, I had no expectations of what it might be. I've never experienced anything like this before, but it proved to be a truly moving and engaging experience all the way around. My most powerful insight from this is that there are other contractors just like me, just struggling to make it, to figure it out. And it's wonderful to know that there's a network of people that can help support you and have your back. The most exciting thing to take home here, what we're going to implement is going to be the call taking and dispatching for profit. I can truly see from the coaches what the value of that is, and for us, that's going to be step one. I would recommend others come and experience so that they can find out what they don't know, to understand that they don't know what they don't know, and to be able to experience a community that's willing to help answer that question.
So the grocery store I was telling you about earlier that I worked, she worked at the same grocery store. So,
in high school.
And we was in high school at the time.
Yeah.
So we was like 17 years old. We won't say how old we are. But we was around 17, and that's when we met at the grocery store. She says she made the first move, but I think I made first.
That's great. It's okay. So you guys are, well, let's talk about you. You have a doctorate in psychology. Where did that come about? Like, you go to high school, you go into college, you like psychology. What's folks you about there?
So I've kind of always been a pretty short person. And you shouldn't let your kids watch this show. But my favorite show was Law and Order.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
An old school Law and Order, not SVU or Criminal Intent, like original Law and Order.
Yeah.
And Dr. Olivet, she was the forensic psychologist on the show.
Yeah.
And I was mesmerized by her as a kid. And I didn't know, I didn't know all the ins and outs. I just knew I wanted to do what Dr. Olivet. So I wanted to be a psychologist ever since I was in the 3rd grade.
Yeah.
I said I wanted to be a psychologist. And so I went to undergrad, and I thought I was going to specialize in forensic psychology. And I come to find out profiling jobs are very limited. And so, and it's not what it appears on television. Dr. Olivet, it's really hard to be about the Olivet in real life. And so I was actually at the end of my undergrad studies, and I needed to go to graduate school. Psychology is a great degree, but unless you go to graduate school, it doesn't really pan out very well, or very lucrative. So I was like, okay, I need to go to graduate school. I like school, or I like psychology. So I specialize in school psychology. Oh, so my background is actually school psychology with a clinical focus. So my clinical focus is on traumatized children. I work with children and adolescents who are trauma exposed.
All right. So you go, I guess that was the right program. You left that the best, right?
I did. And they were, it was a small community. And Lexington, is relative to Kentucky, it's a big city. Sure. But it's compared to some other programs I was looking at, it was a perfect sized city. And they were offering great financial incentives for students. So I will kind of be able to get my doctorates with not a whole lot of student loan debt. And so we decided on that program. So I was up there for 2 years, and then I finally broke him out of the drawer.
Oh, it took 2 years.
It's 2 years. Amazing.
Yeah. So I was cleaning up some things back home, but we wasn't married at the time, and so it was good timing.
Yeah. All right. So you moved north, right? And then what was the first electrical job then?
So I worked for a big box company. I'll just say it like that. Granite area, a national brand, and so I was one of their service techs, and I moved here. So that was like completely different.
Was that your first experience doing service electrical?
Yes.
Okay.
That was my first experience doing service work. Yeah. So where I come from, we only did new construction.
Yeah.
We did some remodels, but mostly it was new construction.
Yeah.
So that's what I was used to, and that's kind of what I was looking for. But there was a big shift in that, so I became a service professional.
Right. What was that trader on?
It was not that great. I was kind of like, I thought I expected you right. Yeah. So it was like when I started there, it was like, here's the price guide. Have the headlock. Yep. Okay. So I was like, oh, and I did have a guy there, one of their other technicians, who did kind of walk me through everything. And he helped me out. Okay, for sure. So how long were you there? I was there for 12 years. 12 years. Yes.
So Maury's not gonna say this, but I'm gonna do this one.
Yeah, I see it. That's what this is all about.
So, when he was there, so it is a big national, recognized company. They have locations all over U.S. and in Canada. And so I think maybe you were probably year 9, 8, 9 year. And so they pick the best service technician out of every franchise. So they get voted in. It's particular criteria that you have to have as far as revenue, customer care experience, reuse. So they just look at a comprehensive portfolio. And so Maury actually was selected, and he won Technician of the Year. So all of their franchises in the U.S. and Canada, he was selected as a top tech.
That's great. Very cool.
So yeah, so he's always been really good at service.
Yeah. Well, I guess what you probably just take care of people, right? I like it was down to it.
Yeah. And over time, while I was there, I did learn the art of taking care of people. Like I said, when I first got there, it was real choppy, the training and everything. It wasn't real structured.
Yeah.
But over time, I learned like, oh, I'm literally in the people business. So I have to take care of people, and my paycheck literally depends on it. So I had to really develop that skill and just try to master that skill of taking care of people. Yeah. So it really benefited us throughout that entire time I was there.
For sure.
Yep.
All right. It's 12 years. You're pretty brain this business, right? But all of a sudden you're like, you're not there anymore.
Yep.
So what stimulated that change?
Yeah. So again, I guess you get burned out with the same thing over time. And our ultimate goal was to own our own business.
Okay.
And didn't know what that entailed. It was just like, oh, I just want to own my own business.
Yeah.
But as time, we got older, we had children. I was like, it has to be something a little better for us. So yeah, we looked at like, what does it take for us to start a business?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how we developed Dr. Electric, because and keeping it a service company as well, right? Because I saw the benefit of, taking care of people.
We're all in on service now.
Exactly. I was like, service is the way to go. I would not turn back to new construction.
What year was that?
That was in 2019.
2019.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
2019.
And I was gonna say in the actual the backstory, because the something that I think is really unique about our story is that we've been together since high school, and so he has 1,000,000% support with all my academic endeavors. Undergrad, graduate school, I was in a very rigorous program, and they designed it so you could not work full time. So even if we were married, I was a full-time student.
Yep.
We had kids, had major life things happen, and he always worked to support our family. So I was able to, after I got my degree and I worked for a couple of years, I wanted to start my own private practice.
Yeah.
He supported me and started my private practice first. And once my private practice was established, I was like, okay, now sure. So now you get to go and do what exactly. And we were in the process of figuring out, okay, we're starting this business, and thank God we were able to start my company. So we're able to start that practice. And we were thinking, okay, we want to start a electrical service company. So we need capital, we need money, we need all these things. So we're in the process of doing our business plan and getting ready to approach banks. And his brother became an avid Dave Ramsey.
Oh yeah.
So
You like David?
yes. And so he was like, you don't have to have a lot of debt to start this business. And we're like, yes, you do. We have to get trucks. We have to get this. He's like, well, why do you have to start so big? You can start really small. Like, he had his dream truck. Like, we bought the truck he wanted. He was like, I'm selling the truck.
Is that right?
He said, I'm selling the truck. Sold the truck. I started working more. He started working more at more companies. And I said, yes, we did. it was so funny. It was to the point where we were like, okay, when we're moving, we had that yard sale, we just decluttered.
Yeah, we was getting ready to move, so we pulled everything out of the garage.
And I was pulling out the garage to box it up. And people just started coming by thinking we're having a yard sale. And he started selling our stuff. It's over. We were able to get out of debt, like 100% out of debt. We started that journey in 2018. We paid off our student loan. I had over like $120,000 for the student loans. We tackled student loan debts. We sold a house. We had multiple properties. We sold one of our houses. We did all we could to get out of debt because we knew we wanted to start our business currently. And so we were able to get out of debt, and then we're able to start this company debt free, which has been such a blessing for us.
Right. That's easy. Okay. All right. So 2019. Yep. We're ready to go. You got to start with those. Got to find some falls, right? So how did you start finding calls in this? It's just you and a truck, right? Nobody else at that point.
Actually, we had a guy start with us. He was as an apprentice.
Okay.
So again, us being like debt free, I had more space to train somebody because I was hoping that we grew. So I was trying to train up a technician as well. So we had one guy start with us.
Yeah.
And we just started out of our basement in our home. And my electrician brethren are not gonna like this, but we used a lot of Angie leads.
Oh yeah, start. Sure. Hey, I know people that do that. Did that to get started.
Yeah. Most people were like,
They don't like.
yeah. It got my experience. It was great during that time, and just getting our name out. And again, we didn't have the vision like we should have. But hey, we jumped in the truck and we just let it go. And we thought we did decent the first year, but of course, as time went on, we learned that you need to do much better.
Be better. So okay, so that's 2019. When you got 2020, COVID.
Yep.
I guess you just kind of got through that, right?
Yeah. To clarify, we started at the end of 2019. Oh gosh. Yep. So in December
2019 with the soft oak.
Yep. Oh my. And so when the new year rolled over, here comes COVID. So here we are sitting there like, uh-oh.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So how did business go that first year?
Surprisingly, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just broke everything. Everybody was at the house deciding they hated their ceiling fans. Decided they hated their outside lighting, everything they hated about their home, and they wanted to fix it. Didn't want to be around people, just getting things fixed at the house. So it was honestly a blessing in disguise for us.
So how did it skip the first year or two? You leave like 3 trucks right away?
No, we was one truck for about 6 months.
Okay.
And then the summer of 2020, we hired another guy. We bought another truck. So we had 2 trucks by the end of
2 trucks, one apprentice still, one apprentice trucks, one apprentice. Okay. All right. So you're chugging along, that you're making money, and obviously the sales process, service process, like to get people more happily involved. You find us in 2023 folks. What was there?
That's a great question. So one of our technicians who was working with us during the time, he told us about this podcast, which leads to this full circle moment.
Yeah.
He told us about a podcast. He was like, man, you guys should check this out. Oh, the way these guys, kind of do things is pretty cool. Just check it out. So he sent it to me and I looked at it. Then I was telling her about it and I sent it to her. She looked at it. So, she of course is very inquisitive. So we started Googling and trying to figure out who are these people? Who are they? Yeah. So, we found out who they were and who you guys were.
Right.
And then we actually found a Profit Day in Indianapolis. That's right. So we decided to take the offer and go to.
You were selling yourselves.
We were.
So you reached out to us to go to it. Yeah. Wow. Good for you. Like what? Like what was the rationale at that point?
When we heard the podcast, it just felt like it was just so organized.
Okay.
And just kind of made me feel like, man, we're not that organized on the business side. Like you said, I know how to sell something and I know how to run a truck. Right. I know how to make a customer happy. Right. But at the end of the day, it's all about,
your other different hats.
So that's exactly right. So just so many different hats and the organization, that's kind of what attracted me to.
Okay. And then you were like, I get it, right? You saw like what you want to do. I'll walk with you in that vision. Let's go check it out.
So when we watched the podcast, it was Gary Craddock.
Oh yeah.
It was his podcast.
Yeah.
And so I was just the way he spoke so fondly of the organization.
Yeah.
And he seemed so sincere.
Yes.
You know, he spoke very highly of it. He was able to talk about all the changes that it made for him professionally and personally.
Right.
And I think when you work so hard in a business,
Right.
you get fatigued.
Sure.
Like we were doing well,
Yeah.
considering just starting out. But I knew that it was fatiguing, and I'm like, we want to grow, but I'm tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was really tired. We were tired. And so I remember hearing the podcast, and I wanted to know more about it.
Right.
But I'm also a skeptic.
Sure. Sure.
And
Who
so
are these people?
exactly.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I don't know about this. And so I remember driving up there, and I told him, I said, listen, we're gonna go listen.
Yeah.
But we're not buying it. We're not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be pressured into anything.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna join. We're just gonna listen.
Listen.
If they try to make us join the first day, we're not gonna do it.
That's funny.
And so yeah, that was funny. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's not what
That's not what happened.
that's not what happened
Right.
at all. But I do think, going back to your question, I do think the thing that really, I guess, pulled at me was just the ability to have a partner.
Yeah.
Like there were business questions and we just had to figure it out.
Right.
And we were figuring it out, but it always made you so anxious because you're like, is this the right decision? And if I make this decision, is it going to cause me trouble later on down the line?
Right.
And I just wish there was somebody I could call like, hey, what would you do about this?
Yeah.
But you can't call your competitors
Right.
in your area and say, hey, what would you do about this? Or how would you handle this? So
Right.
just feeling alone in the whole process of just trying to figure out this business thing, I think is something that really attracted me
Yeah.
to the idea of having community.
Right. Right. Okay. So you go to Profit Day. What was that like?
It was actually a fun process.
Yeah.
It was a long day, and the time went by so fast, but I didn't realize he was there that long.
Yeah.
But our presenter, Patrick,
Oh yeah.
he done a great job. He broke it down for us, and it was super interesting. Like I didn't. It's usually hard for electricians to keep focused for a long period of time. But man, the information he was passing along, it was intriguing. It was informative, and I was like, man, this is like, is this legit? Like, can we really do this?
Right.
And he done a great job like presenting.
Presenting it. Right.
Mhm.
Right. So what did you think of it? Because you're like, we're just listening.
So when I was there and he was talking, I was like, he's right.
Oh.
He's right. Oh my God, he's so right. And so I mean, he was getting all those soft closes.
Yeah.
Yes, he's right. He's right. This is right. And so he was pulling at me closer and I was fighting it the whole way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but honestly, everything that he was saying, he was spot on. Spot on about profitability, spot on about processes, spot on about how you feel as an owner.
Right.
Everything that I was resonating with all the things that he was saying. So he was pulling me and I did not want to go.
Right.
So, but he would, I mean, all the things that he was saying, it resonated with us.
For sure. So you guys look at each other. So we're going to do this, or did it take us a little? No. Face is a no.
It took a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably stayed an hour or two after the class
Yeah.
was over, negotiating.
Patrick's sitting down with you then.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I remember going out in the hallway and him like, oh my gosh, we need this, but we shouldn't do it today.
Yeah, like
Let's not do it today.
right.
We're gonna do it, but just not
Not
today.
today. Right.
And then so he sat down, we talked through it, and honestly, my gut knew it was right, but my head was like, you don't do this kind of stuff.
Right.
This is a big investment. Like, this is your first encounter. This is a huge investment.
Right.
It's a good idea, but you shouldn't do this because it's just not the logical thing to do.
Right.
But
right.
everything else in me said, this is what we should do.
Right.
So I'm so glad I kind of broke my pattern
Yeah.
and went with something different because it's been a blessing.
Oh, I love to hear that. That's great. Okay, so you go to this meeting, and now you got to go to another meeting.
Yep.
You're like, yeah, you're on a plane for this one, and go to Dallas for Executive Perspective EP. What do you remember from that week?
Oh my God.
Would you both go?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
We
we
did.
You're all in. You're like, I got to see what this is.
I gotta check out where my money's going.
That's right. I don't blame you. I'd be the same
So-
way.
It was so unique because we saw so many people dealing with the exact same things we deal with every day.
Right.
And these people was bought into a system, and for me, it was very eye-opening and challenging at the same time.
Right.
Because when they started opening the book and going through each day, it was like just an eye-opening experience. On, like she said, we thought we was doing, which we was doing okay.
Yeah.
But
We weren't losing money.
no,
You're making
we was doing okay. And when all of the presenters got up and talked to us and presented to us, we was like, oh my God, it was like information overload.
Sure.
And we was thinking like, oh man, we got so many changes to make.
Right.
Very uncomfortable changes
Right.
that we knew. And I can tell like her and myself was thinking the same thing. It was like, oh my God, we have to make a lot of changes. It's not going to feel good.
Right. Right. Do you remember what your BHAG was? Your big, hairy, audacious goal?
Oh yeah, that's her. Yeah, she.
The BHAG was we wanted to be a $10 million service company.
Okay.
With multiple locations.
Ooh, all right.
And the goal is to build leaders
Oh.
within that organization.
Yeah.
And we wanted to be the foundation of our organization. The idea is that if Mory and I are at the top, then you put a cap on what you can accomplish. But if we're the foundation of the organization and we're able to build leaders on top of us,
Yeah.
then the organization can continue to flourish.
That's how it does. That's how it happens. Yeah.
We really, and one thing that was really important to me, education has been a catalyst.
Right.
For success and just changing the trajectory of my life and my lineage. So we wanted to be able to pour back into the company. So we want to create a scholarship program. So we're able to give to each team member who child's graduate. We want to be able to give them a scholarship.
Wow.
And even if it starts out with just $1,000, but just to continue to grow that so that they can also pour back into their children via education.
Oh, that's what a great goal.
Yeah.
That's a great. It's the triple win we talk about, right?
Absolutely.
I love that. Okay, so that's a big goal,
Yes,
but we got steps to get there.
that's right.
Right, and you're rubbing your head, going, "We got some things to do." So what did your to-do list look like? You only tackle so many things at once. What were some of the big initial changes that needed to happen?
Some that like shocked our system. Number one was the service fee.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You didn't come from a service fee background at the other company?
No, we did.
Really?
No.
Wow.
And-
Okay.
Not many companies in our area charge a service fee.
Okay.
So we was deathly afraid. Yes, put me in a service fee.
Yeah.
So we was like, oh my God, nobody's gonna use us. They're gonna be like, oh no.
Right.
But the exact opposite happened. Our closing rate actually went up.
Right.
From having a service fee.
Right.
So we looked at the margin when we didn't have one versus when we did implement it. And I was shocked to see that we actually closed more jobs with
Yeah.
a service fee.
Right.
That was number one for me. Number two for me was increasing our price guide.
Right.
Like completely redoing our pricing and raising our pricing.
Were you doing some kind of a flat rate then?
We
still? I'm sure.
was doing a flat rate.
Okay. Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, but it was way too low from looking at our numbers, how everything was falling. Our pricing was way off. We
Right.
needed to raise our
Okay. So you realized that, and you're like, okay, well,
I was not wanting to do it, but I was like, we're gonna give into a plan, so that's part of it. So
okay.
yeah,
What else was on that list of things?
A big one, and I pushed for this, and Mory was right. We had to change the way we were paying our people.
Oh, okay.
That was big.
What were you doing?
Wow. We was doing a commission, but
It was too high.
yeah, it was very.
Meet the number.
It wasn't meeting the number,
Yeah.
because our pricing was off, and we was paying very high commission. It was our labor cost was just out of sight.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you still doing commission?
We're still doing the commission.
How did you have that conversation about we need to lower this commission rate?
That was a very, very hard, difficult day.
Yeah.
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 So wait, how many guys did you have in there?
We had three.
Was it 4 at that point? Or was it 3?
I think it was three.
Okay.
We had 3 trucks at that point.
So what does that count to walk? Because there's people that have to do this.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch this and
Yeah.
maybe coach them through what you.
Yeah. So we made the price increase.
Yep.
And we had a meeting with our team saying, okay, you guys are not going to make 1 penny less than you was making.
Okay.
But this is going to take us raising our prices way up to an uncomfortable level.
Right.
And we actually did the math to show them that they would not lose a penny on because your commission number comes down, the pricing of the job is going to go up, and it will balance out. And
Right.
actually, you'll actually make a little bit more money
Okay.
with the way we structured it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I can't go tell our guys that you guys have to start making less money and just be okay with that.
That's a smart idea, though.
Yeah.
Show the math, right?
Yes.
Show the math.
Yeah.
We're going to get the same number of calls,
Yep.
and it's going to work out.
Yep.
And what was the response?
Not good.
Ah,
Not good. And that's what I told her. I was like, the guys are really not going to care to hear you're going to make more money. Only thing they hear is that number's coming down.
No.
They're not going to pay attention to the actual bottom line that they actually would make more money.
Sure.
We pulled invoices from like a month before. It showed them the price difference in what it would cost in the new price card versus the old. Every single time they would have made more
money.
Every single time.
Yeah.
And it was very difficult for
So
them.
how did you get through that? Did you lose some guys?
Yeah, we did. We did lose. We lost a couple of guys. But
Part of it.
it's part of it. It was a hard time. I had to work even harder during that time.
Sure.
Because, of course I had to carry the load and run a lot more calls, work late nights, try to implement the system. So it was very stressful.
For sure.
But we got through it, and they was, the ones that stayed, they understood and
Right.
and they understood what we was doing, and was okay with it at that point.
Yeah, I mean,
They noticed they made more
right
money.
way.
Yep.
Yeah, for
Yep.
sure. Okay. Service fee prices are going up.
Yes.
Labor percentage is going down.
Yeah.
What other scary things were you doing?
We also implemented the club membership,
Oh, all right.
You know,
Now we're talking.
the subscription
Yeah.
process. Well, the month to month.
Yeah.
Because we did have a club
Get
membership.
an annual one.
Exactly.
Got it.
And so what was happening is that people would they would use it, and then it would be out of sight, out of mind.
Sure. And then you had to reclose it again.
Exactly. And they would call back, and then why didn't I get 15% off or whatever I get, and then they didn't realize, like, because you're not a club member anymore.
Right.
And so we had to implement the subscription even now, like, and I think that's a big thing. Like, some things just feel uncomfortable.
Sure.
Because I don't personally like subscriptions.
Sure.
So then I'm like, well, I don't think we should do that because I don't like it.
Yeah.
But we push ourselves, our guys and our team members have to do a lot with the system that they don't particularly like,
Right.
but it's a part of the system and it's been proven to work. So even if we don't like it,
Yeah.
we still do it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say like it if it's not personally relevant. Like, because I don't like subscriptions doesn't mean it doesn't necessarily benefit the Dr. Electric company.
Sure. And maybe somebody does. Maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're purchasing decisions in
Yeah.
someone else's, right?
So that was another big
It's
one.
probably same with financing with you guys.
We say it again?
You have offer financing, right?
Yeah.
Now you guys, if you're Ramsey people, you ain't doing financing work.
know.
But I bet you're offering financing on every job, though.
For sure.
I mean, that's just part of it. Just because you don't believe in it
Exactly.
doesn't mean they don't.
Exactly.
Right.
And most people would rather pay that way for
That's
sure.
right. I mean, that's
Yep.
how society is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, price is going up. What other big changes?
We had a lot of the CCRs using scripts.
Yeah.
That was a big change.
So you had someone answering the phone already by that point.
Yes.
When did that happen? That happened pretty
That
fast.
happened at the end of 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tired of answering the phone.
Yes.
More being
I
added,
was
answering the phones,
Yeah.
write down numbers.
literally in crawl spaces, putting calls in and answering calls
Yeah.
while I'm in a crawl space. I'm like, nah, I just can't live like this.
Right.
And she was busy with her business.
Right.
So she wasn't able to answer the phones. So
Right.
we had to bring somebody out.
So then you're like, here's a script now you have to follow.
Yes.
Right.
Difficult.
How did that go?
Not well.
Not one.
Not well. Because I think the person that we hired first in our office was perfect for us. Because she not only answered the phone, she implemented systems.
Yep.
And she came from a call center background.
Okay.
So she was very competent, very capable of doing her thing.
Yeah.
But when you join CertainPath, you don't do your thing.
Right.
You do CertainPath's thing.
Yeah.
And so I think what ended up happening with her, she was getting ready to transition out of the company because she was relocating back home to take over her family's business, but it was perfect timing.
Yeah, I was going to say, then there was going to be a natural break.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And because I don't think she would have amended very well to the CertainPath system.
Yeah.
She would have did it because we asked her to.
Yeah.
But she knows how she wants to run an office. Yeah, she's good at it.
Yeah.
So she was great at her job, but we needed her to be great at implementing the CertainPath system.
Sure.
And so that's a whole different ball game.
Right.
So she did some of the things we needed her to do before she left.
Right.
But like getting really strict about the scripts and how we want things implemented and so she didn't get the full dose of that.
Yeah.
So we were able to bring in a new regime.
Okay.
Uh,
New regime.
That's right.
Not a new person. It's a new regime.
That's right.
Hey, let's be honest. If you're listening or watching to the Successful Contractor, you're looking how to get better. More revenue, more profit, more time, a happier team. You're a self-starter, an avid learner, all great things, but you can only learn so much from a podcast.
That's why you need a coach, a system, some accountability, a network of 1,200 contractors, industry-leading training, all that and more. You need CertainPath. At CertainPath, we offer a free discovery call with a CertainPath coach. It's real one-on-one conversations with someone who can help you get clarity, get focused, and start making real progress. At CertainPath, since 1998, we've helped thousands of service business owners in HVAC, plumbing, electrical, roofing build companies that run on systems, not stress. Businesses that grow fast and profitably, but also protect their time, their team, and their values. If you're working long hours, carrying all the pressure, or stuck at a ceiling, this call is for you. Our coaches have helped contractors go from $500,000 to $5 million, from $5 million to $20 million, and from $20 million to $100 million plus. Whatever your goal, CertainPath can direct you along a path to achieve it. So if you're ready for a real conversation with CertainPath about your business, your goals, what's actually in your future, go to the episode description and click on that link that says book your free discovery call. You don't have to figure it out all alone. You just need a proven path and someone who's walked it before. That's CertainPath. Book a discovery call now.
I like that. Who is the new regime?
Well, now is Hannah and Nicole.
Okay.
They are the dream team.
Yeah.
They are our office ladies.
Yeah.
And they do a really good job. And I think we were able to hire individuals who will be willing to put that system in place.
How did you know that they would be willing to do that?
Hannah was young. Hannah came in pretty young, and she was looking for a career change. So Hannah, and it was interesting. We gave her during the interview process, I would throw out something had to sell me over the phone. I was like, I think I asked her, what did your mom do for a living? She's like, she's in finance. And I said, okay, well, sell me on this, or how would you explain this to me?
Yeah.
And she was like, I have no idea really what my mom does. I don't know how to explain it. Right? And so she gave some candid answers well, I don't know, how would but then she kind of leaned in and wanted to know information from us.
Okay.
And so I think I was like, well, first she's gonna be honest with you, if she doesn't know how to do something, which is important.
Sure.
I hate when people don't know how to do things and they fail to reach out and get assistance.
Yeah.
Because then I not only have to teach you, I have to clean up.
Sure.
So I think
Sure.
she was teachable.
Yeah.
And then Nicole came in and she was very professional.
Yeah.
And I think we needed to elevate the level of professionalism just across the company. So she presented herself very professionally. She was eager to find out how we wanted to do things, which was important. So she also sought guidance and she really cared about implementing things well.
Okay.
So we have to tell her not to worry a lot. She's our little worry wart. But I appreciate that she cares enough to worry.
Yeah, for sure.
And she thinks not she always says, okay, I think, how would Clarissa want me to do this?
Yeah.
Or how would Clarissa handle this? So it's thinking about the people that you work for and thinking about how we can implement the system in the way that they will feel most comfortable.
Right.
And so I think they are just excellent team members we've added.
What was their training like? So, just give them the script. Did you have them go through some of our training?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've been through the CertainPath trainings.
Yeah.
Nicole and Hannah, they went to EP together.
Oh, they went to EP.
Oh, no, they went to Service Essentials together.
Oh,
They went
see
to
that
service-
side of it.
Yep. No.
Call center.
Call center.
Yeah.
Call
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went to the call center training together in person, and we did all the online classes as a whole team.
Oh, wow.
So Mory and I sat in there with them,
Wow.
and we did the classes
That's
with
great.
them online as well.
Yeah.
And we do when we onboard, we do 3 days of just intense training
Good for you.
during that onboarding process, so they'll kind of understand the flow.
Yeah.
And we have our SOP manuals, we have how-to manuals in the office.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
You guys, a small company, you got your SOPs written out already.
Yes.
How did you go about doing that?
And that was through CertainPath as well.
Yeah,
you
you
know.
made it. But you did it though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so important to have how to do things just kind of in order.
Right.
If something was to go haywire, we can always refer back to the SOP.
Yes.
So procedurally, how do you do it? You're like, we're going to sit down at the conference table or whatever.
So I kind of thought about, okay, what are all the things that I need my office team to know how to do and my technicians to know how to do? From this is how you clock in, this is how you clock out, this is how you do lunch, all those things. And then I thought about what are the things that they don't do that drive me crazy.
Sorry,
And then
that's funny to me. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's real. It's real. It's fair.
right. And then, because another thing that it does too, and then one of the things we're always flip flopping on in the office, like,
Yeah.
you ever notice you always find yourself having the same conversation over and over and over?
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
like, oh no, I think we said we're supposed to follow up in 2 days.
Yeah.
No, I think we said that we can't text, we have to call.
Right.
So I hate, and Nicole knows this, I say, don't tell me what you think, tell me what you know.
Right.
And so you can know it if we write it down.
Yep.
And then I can hold myself accountable because I can maybe, be in a tizzy about something like, this is never done. It's not how we're supposed to do it. And they're like, oh, yeah, this is how we're supposed to do it, Clarissa. So we wrote it down.
Yeah.
So I think thinking through the things that they do every day
Yeah.
and the things I need them to do and the conversations we're always having.
Oh, yeah.
And then we just start writing those things down so we can go back and say, okay, how do we say we're going to do this? How do we say we're going to do that? Kind of making note of those things.
Very cool. They get trained on them too, or you just read over them as a team, or
Well, they went to sleep on us, but we trained on them.
yeah.
So at the beginning of each year, we do our own in-house strategic plan. It's strategic planning. We have a kickoff at the beginning of the year. We shut down for 2 days.
Yeah.
And we try our best to make it fun because the techs, I appreciate that they get tired.
Yeah.
Of just sitting because they're always on the go.
Yeah.
So we wrote out the SOPs. We do a SOP review.
Yep.
So we go through at the beginning of the year, we go through the high parts of the SOP.
Do you really?
Yep.
This is
We
great.
put them on their iPads. So they have the SOPs
Yeah.
on their iPads.
Yeah.
So that they can go back and do they look?
But they're there.
But they're there.
And if they have a question, they know where to
There
go.
we go.
Where'd it go?
So we need to get more diligent about go to page so and so.
Still, that's great that you guys have a kickoff to go over
Yes.
stuff. Yeah.
And so we kind of go over and we kind of do a theme every year. Like this year, Moore is a big wrestling fan.
Okay.
So this year was SmackDown.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we made Moore hates this, but we get so geeked out about it in the office. We do our little PowerPoint with all the wrestlers in it.
Yeah.
And then like
That's
we
great.
got like belts in the back. We got
I love it.
Alter Electric belts. So we have like top revenue belt, the review champion belt,
Nice.
club membership sold belt. So the guys get to compete for the belts
making it fun.
Exactly.
And it's a competition. It's driving them to stay
Exactly.
focused
Exactly.
and execute on the system.
Yes.
I love
Yeah, and so we stole Missy's little chant at the end of each. So every year we have a different chant at the end of the meeting.
Yeah.
So this year is 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
Oh. Hey, nothing wrong with a little woo.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's right.
So we go over the SOPs at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
It's a part of our review. And just kind of go over basics. Like this is the expectations for the clean truck, it's expectations for your uniform.
Yep.
I love that. That's
Exactly.
great.
And it helps us when we do the CertainPath strategic planning every year.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a recharge, a regeneration. So I think it's fair for the team to get the same thing.
Yeah.
Like here's the expectation. It seems like we talk about the same thing every year when we go to strategic planning. And it's like, oh man, because we let half of this stuff slip throughout the year.
Oh yeah.
So
It happens.
it gets stale on us, and we try to stay motivated and do the same for our team.
Yeah.
And I think they enjoy that as well. Have a chance to just sit back and let's do some training, talk about the same things every year, but in a different form.
Right.
And we've actually gone up in revenue every year. So we're gonna attribute that to the ongoing training and everything
Doing
that
it,
we do.
right.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Do you tell them what this is our goal for the year? Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
goals.
Yep,
Very
we
good.
talk about the goal, their own personal goal.
Oh,
We
good.
talk about the company goals, the goals for gross margins.
You talk numbers. Good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we are.
All our numbers are open with the team. I mean, if somebody's curious enough, they'll know what their colleague makes because you can do the math.
Yeah.
But we're honest about the numbers
Mhm.
and we're honest about the goals, and I think it helps. Like last year, we put out a challenge to our team, and we told them I think it was 1.7.
Yep.
They had to hit 1.7. If they hit 1.7, we're gonna give everybody $500 stipend to do travel with.
Oh,
And
nice.
so that the concept was work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
And so you get to relax. We didn't want you to use it. It had to be something like a little relaxing thing for yourself.
Yeah.
And how about the the ladies in the office, they get jazzed up about it, like looking at the numbers. Okay, guys, I need this much from each guy this week, etc.
They're all pulling together.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
And so the ladies were a little bummed. They're like, Clarissa, if we get close to 1.7, can we still still get our, we're trying. And I said, no, it's 1.7. It's 1.7. The very last day of the year.
Is that right?
They hit the goal.
Yeah.
What kind of party and celebration happened with
Yeah,
that?
man, they was very excited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
That was fun. That
That
was really fun.
that's very.
Because the team pulled together. It wasn't us out there every day. They was like, hey, we can do this. We just need this. And they just broke it down to the smallest denominator. And
Doing it.
they
are,
weren't
Guys,
doing
but
it.
that's what I want to emphasize. They were so bought into it.
Yep.
They were doing it.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And it is our pleasure to,
Great.
help, give them that on their, for vacation or whatever they want to do.
Get away.
That was very fun. We really enjoyed it.
But just talk about the bonding over that,
Yes.
right? Yeah, like we need this, and they're all working together, and how can we
Sure.
be successful together?
Exactly.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. I want to circle back to the call center. Those two ladies who handles dispatching then?
So Hannah, she is our primary call taker and dispatcher.
Okay. Very good.
And Nicole, she is like the rollover.
Okay.
And so they kind of tag team it.
Very good.
Both take calls, dispatch, debrief, technicians. Is Hannah's primary role, and Nicole supports along with her other duties.
Very good. Okay.
Mhm.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Just kind of going through the list here. So you lost a couple electricians,
Yep.
right? Right. And
Yep.
you're at 5 or 4 or 5 trucks. 5 trucks.
Yep.
So that means you had to bring some other ones in.
Yep.
So how are you finding technicians then?
We do a lot of Indeed.
Okay.
We found our local like training, like for apprentices, the electrical courses.
Yeah.
The teachers, they know me. They like sending guys our way because they know we're a good company.
Okay.
So we've actually had a couple of guys we've brought in and trained them up from apprentices to service techs.
Yeah.
And man, those are that we found are our best technicians.
Yeah.
The ones we kind of bring in younger in the
Right.
field, I should say.
Yeah.
And we just train them how we want them to present and everything.
Yeah.
And man, those guys are turning out to be our best. And we found a couple of good guys, on Indeed here and there. We ran into, he's not with us anymore, but one guy saw us. He was an electrician in Lowe's.
Yeah.
And he was like, he saw the number on the truck. He called me. He was like, man, I love how professional you guys were in Lowe's. You was buttoned up.
Yeah.
You was clean. Y'all wasn't talking foolish or
Yeah.
acting weird or nothing. He's like, I would love to be a part of your team, man.
Wow.
Just out of the blue.
It's
So
incredible with that having that clean cut image.
Yep.
And people are professional communicators.
and it attracted him big time. So
That's
he actually worked with us for a little bit there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. And
For sure.
yeah, and we've found guys at different companies. We've done all kind of things.
Sure.
So Indeed and just raising apprentices has been the best.
Okay. So how many apprentices do you have at any one time though?
2 at the moment.
At the
Mhm.
moment. Okay.
We probably need 3, but
Yeah.
we're, like she said, hiring is at the forefront. I think that possibly would be another hire we
Sure.
look at for sure going into the new year.
Sure. So when you bring these apprentices in, what's the training like? Because there's the whole technical aspect of it, but then there's a communication part of it, right? And in the system, there's a system.
Yes.
What does that look like?
So with our apprentices, and we tell our lead technicians all the time, like our young apprentices or apprentice, they look at you guys.
Right.
So we're going to need you guys to perform, especially when these guys are with you, because they're going to do what you do.
Yes.
And so we do, we always train our lead techs, and it bleeds over to our apprentices.
Yeah.
And they also train with myself,
Yeah.
like on the weekends, and we kind of got away from it, but we're getting ready to start it back up. On the weekends, they can come into our office. We have a little training facility in there
Yeah.
where we can literally do electrical work in a room we just had framed in our back warehouse area.
Okay.
So they come in, they'll talk about something they did that week
Yeah.
that they would like more training on. And we'll literally sit there and we show them the code,
Yeah.
teach them how to read the code book, how to install said project. Something they saw the techs do, they, interested in 3-way switches mainly. Everybody loves to play with those guys. So we go in, we'll just train on it, just tear up stuff, break stuff, and just let them have a good time, learning, off the clock, just coming in for extra training on the weekend.
Wow. And to come in on the weekend and do it, they're committed.
They're dedicated.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I guess they see that this is a great profession, right? They see those lead guys, they're making good money,
Exactly.
and they go, yeah. Well, now what's the licensing like in Kentucky? Like, Does it have to be 4 years, or can you work under your license? Or?
Yeah. So you can work under my license, but to get your journey, it's like 4 years.
Okay.
And they're kind of pushing it through pretty quickly because they're counting school as 2 years
Okay.
and 2 years experience in the field. So that's your 4 years.
Oh, perfect. Then.
So yeah.
So
So
you can get some electricians.
yeah,
Not too bad.
Nah, yeah, it doesn't take long there.
No,
So
okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, there's the technical part, but there's also that communication side.
Yes.
So they're doing ride-alongs, I'm sure. So they see the guys how they communicate.
Yes.
Are they sitting? I'm assuming you do training as well.
Yeah.
Train every Monday and Wednesday.
Yep.
Love
So,
Monday
yeah,
training.
Monday morning.
I know they may not like it.
Oh,
I know.
But it starts the week right.
It's so
We
funny
have the
seeing them
coffee
come in.
pot brewing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Monday and Wednesday.
Yes.
Monday and Wednesday. So
Yes.
Monday, the focus of training on Monday is we teach skills and role play.
Okay.
So,
Woo, getting some uncomfortableness.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
and I try to get creative with the role plays.
Yeah.
And we've done like all different type of things. Like one thing training we just recently did, and we saw an immediate improvement. It was a little low. Like this month, at the beginning of the month, it didn't come in strong. Like we were not trending well. We came off of a really high, and then we just dropped
Okay.
in September. So, and then I try to combine my background with psychology with our
Sure.
training.
Sure.
And so one thing I
Oh,
thought
it
about,
varies well. Yeah.
it does.
No, I believe that.
And so we talked about what happens when you're in a difficult situation. So I used the whole analogy of fight, flight, or freeze. And we all came in and talked about what is our natural posture. How do we fight through adversity? So we kind of did that. Then we talk about the skills that we have as electricians to fight through.
Mhm.
And so our biggest thing is our wellness check. So when you're at a spot where you're not performing well, one thing you really have to do is go back to the basics. Am I doing we call it the whole home wellness check
I like
to
it.
go with Dr. Electric.
Oh,
check.
man, I like
Yeah.
So what's the club membership called then?
Our,
Is that
our,
what the
our
club-
health and savings plan.
Ooh, man, I'm digging it. Yes.
So we call our whole home wellness check. So we go back and look, and we looked at the numbers. You guys aren't doing your whole home wellness check. So it's kind of like you're fighting to get out of this position, but you're not using your tools.
Right.
So we talked about what characteristics that we carry. Each tech was able to identify, I'm introvert. I think deeply about things. I'm a grinder. I fight my way out of situations.
Yeah.
So we have to take that mentality and what we're going through now. Use your tools, which are our whole home wellness evaluation.
Yeah.
When they hit 90% of our customers who get that, we see our ticket numbers go up.
Way up.
Maury did Nicole pulled the numbers. Maury looked. We were at 30%. They were doing 30% of the whole home wellness evaluations. They weren't given multiple options. So they're not using their tools. So for our role play, we role play how do you overcome objections for the whole home wellness evaluations.
Right.
I wrote objections on a piece of paper. The technicians go up to the front because you never know what a customer's going to say.
Sure.
You pull your objection out and you have to stand in front of the class. I'm the customer, somebody else the customer, and we're going to give you that objection. How are you going to overcome it?
Right.
We'll put our objections on the wheel. We have a wheel we use for
Is that right?
prizes. They'll spin the wheel and what objection you're going to get.
Oh, wow.
Or, how do you explain the whole home wellness evaluation to a customer?
Sure.
So when we go to trainings, we try to look at what are our numbers telling us our guys need.
Yep.
How do we put a training together to reinforce why we use things, how we use it, and have them practice using it.
Wow.
So we do that on Mondays.
And real quick, so every training though, they're getting up. They ain't just sitting there listening.
Yes. And I will tell you this, it's easy because, again, I come from the lecture world.
Yeah.
So it's very easy for me to put a 15-deck PowerPoint together.
Yeah,
I'm super
good at
proud of it,
Yeah.
but that's not what they need.
Right.
And so when I start getting away from role plays, we see a change. But we hammered, like for this training, we took all the tables out. They came in, we were in a circle. And we did our training in a circle, like no tables, we're facing each other. But they need to role play every training.
Yeah.
So we role play knowledge and role play on Monday, and Wednesday mornings we just skills practice.
Wow.
Refresh. We go over numbers.
Yep.
What are we down in? What do we need to address? Anybody can help anybody, and then we do a quick skills practice,
Okay. And so when you say skills practice,
which is a role play.
whole role play, like
Yep.
whole call
We've done the whole call before.
segments of it.
But
But we'll take a segment out
Yeah.
and just work on that. What we see we're struggling in.
Ooh, I like it.
Yep.
Yeah.
On the commitment statement, even coming to the door and, introducing yourself.
Yeah.
What do I say when I actually enter into the house?
Right.
Little things like that. So we'll take, like she says, take a segment of, what we feel like we're struggling and work on that
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you guys practice like building options, right? You talked about the inspection.
Mhm.
Yep.
From that inspection, when you do it the right way
Yes.
and you have all that information for future calls too, but at least the options, right?
Absolutely.
So how do you train on building options? Have you had some fun stuff that's been effective?
We've had some interesting stuff.
He always rolls his eyes. He's like, oh my God. So like some things I like doing, I'll give the guys a wellness check.
Mhm.
And then I'll have them build options just from this wellness check.
Yeah.
And so build options there. Then we'll also, a big thing that our guys struggle with is just asking questions.
Yeah.
So I'll have them practice asking questions. So it'll be like a multi-step role play. One technician will ask questions while the team jots down. And then the other person has to stand up and say, okay, these are the options I would build based off of this conversation.
Mhm.
So we're practicing asking lifestyle questions. How do you use your space? We're practicing asking symptom questions. What happened? And also we're asking questions about what do you want for your home,
Right.
So we kind of make them ask different type of questions. Somebody will jot down, that's that tech's job. And the other tech is, okay, based off this conversation, I could offer this customer this.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how we try to put multi-steps into a skills practice session.
I love it. Yeah. That's great. I mean, I guess let's talk about financing too, how to talk about finance.
Yes.
Well, what I'm sure you have for what, 2 different types or how much financing you offer?
Yeah, we offer our
Term and a short. Yeah.
Yep. And then we have one for, people with not the greatest credit or what have you,
Yeah.
the third party. But yeah, we do offer financing and we try to close that job for sure by
Yeah.
any means necessary.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's outstanding.
Yep.
Now, Mory, during this whole process, you got out of the truck.
Yes.
And that is very hard for a lot of people to do.
It is.
So-
It's still very difficult.
Right.
It's getting a little easier now.
Yeah, that's probably
We're trying to
true.
put him back in.
That's probably,
Ah.
I've gotten, yeah.
Got a little-
Yeah.
All right. So what precipitated that? Why you're like, I need to do this?
Yeah. So the guys, I kind of need to play the role as the service manager,
Right.
Or the owner, of course. But for my technicians, I'm pretty much their service manager.
Right. Right.
So I'm taking calls from them, helping them throughout. If they have a code question or a way to do something question, or sometimes they can't even can't figure out a troubleshoot or something.
Sure.
I'm just there to help. Go get a part for them.
Mhm.
Just kind of be there for our technicians.
Right.
So to try to make their life easier.
Right.
So I think it was difficult to get out, but I think it has helped the company grow a little bit more because our guys don't have to run as much. I kind of do that for them.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of, as the service manager now, just taking care of the technicians.
Right. Right. How much coaching are you doing over the phone then these days?
Oh my God, a lot of coaching. My phone rings all day.
Yeah.
So just dealing with them, of course, the owner side of things, customers, just dealing with a whole lot. So I showed somebody my phone call log one day and they couldn't believe it. It was so many calls came through.
Do you have a certain time they want you to check in at certain points of the call, or it's just when they have questions?
Just when they have questions, when they're struggling, I like to.
And they're young guys, it sounds like.
They are, and I also like to, if they can't close a deal, I like to talk to the customer. So they'll put me on speaker, and if it's just a service fee only.
This is a real good nugget, people. Listen to this.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
Go ahead, keep going.
So I speak to the customer and try to close the deal. And
Do you talk to the tech though and go, "Did you do this? Did you do that?"
So I'm talking to the tech while the customer's kind of listening in on it.
Yeah.
So I kind of go to bat for the customer a little bit, and we've closed several jobs by me just simply jumping on the phone, talking them through it. Say, speak to, hello, Miss Smith. I'm gonna talk to Justin real quick, and we're gonna try to figure out a better way to get this done for you. To get working into your budget there.
Sometimes Miss Smith just needs some that's your second opinion,
Absolutely.
right? Instead of them calling another company,
Absolutely.
call the owner or the manager. That's why I wanted to stress this to folks. That's
Absolutely.
a great tool.
Yes, and it has worked for us. Nothing's 100%.
No,
But
nothing.
you would be surprised how many jobs we close by simply myself jumping on the phone, or even Nicole. She's starting to do it a little bit too.
Yeah.
Just talking to our technician throughout that call, try to figure out is there another way we can go about doing it, to make the customer feel like I'm going to bat for him, which I am, and I'll try to, make it fit with him. But it has worked tremendously with us.
That's cool. That's cool. Now, you said you also brought on, before we hit record, an operations manager, right? And kind of share with me her background and what she does in the business.
That's now Nicole.
That is,
Yeah. So she worked her way up, and so she's our operations manager now. She, of course, like we said earlier, she has the background in sales. She was in the jewelry business, and she's been
she's earned that.
tremendous help, especially to Dr. Belle here.
Yeah.
So she has been a tremendous help. She's taken on projects and managing the office, watching the numbers, taking care of our technicians as well.
Right.
And she does a lot.
Right. Now, Clarissa, your practice is still going, or did you close the practice and now you're full-time Dr. Electric?
I'm not closing the practice.
Okay.
I haven't closed the practice, but I don't serve clients anymore.
Okay.
So I mainly do training consultations and I do contract work.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Occasionally contract work. But it slowed down significantly.
Yeah.
So a lot of my time is with Dr. Electric.
Right.
So I'm still trying to figure out, because I used to be Nicole for
Right.
the company. And so I have an operations manager now.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out what is the best use of my time within the company. I want to give her space to grow.
Yeah.
Because you don't need two operations managers.
Right.
So she needs space to grow. So I am trying to figure out where I fit and how to best utilize what I can bring to the company.
Sure. Who's handling like the financial side of it? Because I wanted to get into that.
That would be me.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's kind of peeks at it a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I kind of dig into it heavily for sure.
Right. But that's a big change for you because, again, you come from the technician background. You don't have the, the accounting background, right?
I annoy my office all the time because I'm always taking up for the technicians, because I tell them I'm a technician first, okay?
Right.
And we don't like this. So they hate when I do that, but yes. But yeah, I take a deep dive at our numbers every month when we get our books, close the books for the previous month.
Yeah.
TAG has helped us a lot.
Oh, great.
I'm part of
You're
one
in the accountability group at the
Yes.
CertainPath program.
Yes, that's awesome. Love it.
Yeah.
And
How does that help with your book side of it?
well, it makes you have more accountability, and guys, they'll see your numbers like, hey man, you need to do something with your materials there.
Right.
Your materials a little high. What are you gonna do about that? To kind of help keep everybody accountable. So also, I love it.
Did you lean on us to help get your book structured?
Yes.
Sarah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sarah's been a big help.
Yeah.
Our books was,
mess.
just terrible.
Yeah. I don't like I like setting stuff up.
Sure.
So me and Sarah, we work really close together to align our P&Ls to look like the CertainPath, all of that things. We work really hard. We onboarded another bookkeeping company because Mory was, oh my God. QuickBooks makes you cry. It does. I've literally been home crying. I was like, I can't do this.
Oh.
So we onboarded a new bookkeeping company. Sarah recommended. That has been a game changer for us. And so, listen, if you're not making appointments with the accountant at CertainPath, they need to bombard Sarah so they can get two of them.
I know.
Because it makes a difference. You can have a top, your top line could be great.
Yes.
But if you're not profitable, it doesn't really matter.
It does not matter.
And so getting those things together, you can actually see where you're bleeding money, where you need to clean it up. But if you're just saying we need to do better with our finances, that is a relative term in relations to what. So you guys have been instrumental in helping us actually have clean books so that we can actually analyze the data.
It probably makes you feel better knowing where the money's going.
It does. It's beautiful. You go just look at it, you can see exactly where everything's going, where we need to work on, if our materials are high or if our labor is up. That was something we did not pay any attention to before CertainPath.
Right.
Man, that's just opened our eyes to a whole different level of business.
You're talking gross margin now, right?
Yes,
That's what matters. That goes those gross margin dollars.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you're watching those probably daily, right? Do you do like a daily management essentials report, or just looking at your software?
Yeah. So we use, I probably shouldn't know.
That's right.
Okay. We use Service Titan.
They're partners now.
Oh yeah,
They're part of the family now. Yeah, that's all right.
Say, I can't believe y'all let them in.
Yeah, I know. You can't. You can only fight for so long. They're taking over the world. So
on Service Titan, I daily, or if I get behind no more than a week, I go and look at the job costing on every job to try to figure out, make sure, we're at that gross margin level, 65%, 70%. I love seeing it around 75 to 80%.
Oh yeah.
Makes my heart warm there. But just making sure we're staying where we're supposed to be with our numbers. Not overdoing it on labor or material, or too much time on the job, too much overtime or what have you.
Are those just coaching calls at that point? If guys are taking too much time or materials too high?
Yes, definitely. We definitely take a look in the mirror, like, okay, what happened this month where we was 20% material or whatever?
What happens typically? Why does it get thrown off your materials?
Yeah, it
Guys going to the box store.
That's it there.
Truck stock.
Truck stock. We're gonna stock the whole truck up.
Please.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Versus just being strategic when we buy. So now we kind of buy things that the guys sell every day. We kind of keep those things at the office to kind of keep a better handle on it. And we implement our material on Service Titan, so it'll come off the job. So they made it real easy for us to be able to do a job costing theory on each job.
Yeah. Who handles replenishment then?
That would be myself as well. So
No,
I think we're seeing a common theme here.
Oh, hey.
Who handles the punishment?
No, the replenish.
Oh yeah, Mory. Yeah, Mory. For sure.
Yeah. Not punishment.
No.
Oh, I thought it was like, who gets the guys?
No.
I take care of that. I make an order. Just to make an order. Our supply houses have a great relationship with us. They'll deliver it to us. Just make my life easier.
Yeah. That's great. By the way, when did you get the office? You said you were originally out of the basement.
Oh yeah, okay, that's a great question. So the summer of 2020, we actually found a spot.
Oh, so
the rent was very reasonable.
Okay.
And matter of fact, we just left there like a year ago, and our rent like quadrupled because we've grown so much. But they was perfect. I have a great relationship with the guy I was renting from too. But yeah, he allowed us, to be there as long as we wanted to.
Sure.
And that was our first spot there.
Okay.
Yep. So we relocated into a bigger office because we just outgrew it, and but it was a wonderful spot.
Oh, cool. All right.
Now we are about to close on a new building.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we actually about to purchase. This is our first. So I've got the Dave Ramsey to lease. Let us buy a building.
Okay.
So,
Okay. There you go.
Yeah. So
Well, that's exciting.
that's breaking news to the world.
There you go. There you go. But then, everyone sees you guys are growing, right? You're electricians. That means more opportunities coming, right?
Yeah.
That's
We've grown tremendously for
Yeah.
sure.
So big thing of it, you got to have the calls, right?
Yes.
Right. And I mean, so how have you been getting calls? How are you getting leads?
Marketing is not my favorite thing.
No, it's gross.
It is, but I had to make myself jump into the marketing meetings sometimes just to, see what's going on. Clarissa, she and Nicole, they handle most of the marketing stuff for us. Yeah. And of course, like we here at an event like this, a lot of people deal with the same thing.
Yes.
It's like a roller coaster. We'll get 10 calls one day, the next day we'll get 2 calls.
Right.
So but we're just all in with marketing.
All digital.
Yeah. I think a big part of one thing I really appreciate that we did. We actually took time to stop and figure out what's our brand.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we figured out what's our brand.
I like it.
Thank you.
Great. Yeah.
Kind of what's our brand voice, what we got clear on our brand colors, clear on those things. And then so we put together a marketing team. Like this year was the first year we actually sat down with a comprehensive marketing plan. Like who are all of our players? What are our goals? What do we want to try to do marketing wise? And so we do PPC on Google.
Okay.
We do Google LSA.
Yep.
We also, which I think people miss out a lot on, the Google Business Profile page.
Mm-hmm.
That is free advertisement in real estate.
Right.
And a lot of times people are scrolling past the sponsor at the top, the PPC and LSA. They'll go down and look at your reviews.
Yep.
And if your profile page is set up well, people want to say, oh, it's a good review company. You should be able to click and call right there.
Right.
Have pictures. So that's been really big for us as well. Google Maps, making sure your profile is set up to read well on Google Maps. Those things work really well for us. SEO, just making sure we're showing up at the top. Yeah. So we have a company that does our PPC for us, SEO. LSA, if people aren't doing that, that's kind of like a plug and play. Google local service ads.
Yep.
get that set up. That's a really good revenue stream for us as well.
Yeah.
And also a new venture we're trying to break into, and the guys absolutely hate it, is videos.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like just the way that the algorithm reads data,
Mhm.
videos really help you out. It helps. It's just a really natural way, and it's free. Like I tell the ladies, keep your phones by you all the time because they'll kind of get Maury going. He'll like be dancing around the office singing. And those were
You're viral.
This is true.
I knew I recognized you from something. Yeah, on TikTok.
one of his best videos, him singing Mariah Carey Fantasy.
Oh my. Oh my.
So
But it makes you likable, right?
it
Plus,
does.
Yeah,
It does, and we try to make him, we do informational videos. We like this month, October, we call it Doctober.
Ooh.
And so Doctober is a big kickoff where we always highlight breast cancer awareness. So half of our service fees on Monday go to breast cancer awareness campaign. We do shout outs to customers. We send customers gift cards. We do community engagement. So we try to do creative things, capture footage, and try to really push ourselves up with video. So that's another big marketing endeavor as well. And some other paid things like Angie. We try not to lean on that a whole lot.
Sure.
But the leads have been getting better with that. So we do kind of paid there as well. Billboards. So we actually just started doing billboards, and that has helped with brand recognition a lot. So we try to just incorporate a myriad of things throughout the year, but those digital campaigns are probably consistent. Yeah.
But it sounds like this all started with your plan too. You guys came together and said, let's spend some time
Yes.
to decide what we need to do, right? And then all these things, because if you don't have a plan, that's a lot of stuff to do, like, oh, we forgot to do the community thing, or we forgot to do the billboard. Right. So it's good to start with a plan.
And I've learned throughout this process that brand recognition is super important, because my theory was, hey, we put it out there and I want calls off of it now.
Sure.
And that's really not how it works.
No.
It's just putting your brand in your local area. And I can say that our brand in our area is very recognizable now. When we did the billboard, I wasn't going to tell anybody. I was just wanting to see the feedback.
Yeah.
And everybody was coming up to the, hey man, we saw your billboard. It looks really good. So I thought that was cool. Like our brand, when it just catches your eye on the side of the road like that.
How'd you pick the road you wanted it on?
We look for like the busy intersections of Lexington.
Yeah.
And we got a what they call New Circle Road. We put one on that corner.
Okay.
Now we're putting on one of the busiest little streets that we have now as well. So we're gonna see how that goes.
Yeah.
Just see what happens with it.
It's probably your digital's going to do better.
Yeah.
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's people still go, they're Googling you.
Exactly. I see it in Google.
And that's the thing with brand recognition, like Maury was saying, we won't know a true ROI on a billboard.
No.
But what'll happen is people will see the billboard, and we try to put it in places where traffic jam happens, where 5 o'clock traffic gets backed up. So we're like, are people going to be still here long enough to notice it?
Right.
And so what happened is people see Dr. Electric, your local electrician, and when they have a problem, it's kind of encoded in your mind. Like it's subconscious. You're like, oh, the Dr. Electric company.
And then they'll see one of our vans riding by.
Right.
Exactly.
So now it's all.
So it's multi-layered.
Exactly.
It's all key. Then they see when you guys show up, you look dapper.
Yep.
Right. And then you do great service, and then you lock them at that club, because that helps all that marketing, right?
Absolutely.
I love it.
Absolutely.
How have you guys, I mean, you got a lot going on.
Yeah.
You got a lot going on, but at the same time, you got to lead people.
Yeah.
Right. So it gets really easy just to focus on, we got to make this next change, but you got to like shepherd people along throughout.
Yeah.
So how has your leadership abilities grown and changed throughout this, 4, 5, 6 years it's been now?
Yeah, man, it's a continuous learning process. Because you have to be different things to different people a lot.
Right.
So sometimes it takes that leadership hat you got to put on, just like you have to put the financial hat on, everything else, and lead people. And you have to have people who are willing to follow you, and you have to be a good leader, because what I do affects the entire company.
Right.
And we did an exercise one time, like one person can affect like the entire families of everybody who works here.
Yes.
So we have to be very careful how we handle ourselves, how we do things. I have to be careful what I say, because what I say carries a little more weight than what somebody else says.
Sure.
So, just training yourself to be a good leader. And first, of course, we all had to be good followers at one point, and you learn those leadership skills along the way. So that has helped me tremendously, with our team. Everybody, don't need the same thing. You have to deal with people on their level.
Yeah.
So that has helped us, myself for sure, that, hey, this person can't take that, so you have to lead them in this type of way.
Yeah. Clarissa, what's your take on this?
I think one thing you realize is as your company grows, like Mory's saying, there's so many balls you have to juggle. So I think as a leader, you have to be willing to allow other people to fail.
Yeah.
And that's hard. You have to be willing to let people fail. And I tell Nicole, just don't get us sued and don't,
Not like you go all the way to the extreme on everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, just don't get us sued, and we can figure it out.
Right. Right.
And so I think my leadership has grown in the capacity of giving space for other people to grow, because it's easy to tell people, like, when you're used to doing things and you can do it fairly well, it's easy to have a team where you have to tell.
Yeah.
But you want to create problem solvers.
Love it.
And the only way to create a problem solver is to give them a problem.
Yeah.
And sometimes they won't have the solution to that problem, but they need to be able to have confidence to know, hey, I may not have the solution, but I can figure it out.
Yeah.
And even if I didn't do it perfect, the sky didn't fall down and we're still growing.
That's right.
And so I think a big part of me is stepping back and allowing people to actually take on those roles.
Yeah.
And learning how to support by just supporting, not always telling,
Yeah.
but supporting and asking more questions than being more directive. So I think that's a personal goal of mine, is just being more inquisitive about why they did things instead of telling them how to do things.
That's great. You guys, good answers on that one. All right. Where's Dr. Electric in 5 years, 10 years?
Oof.
Where are we, Mr. Bell?
Well, we're going to continue to grow. In 5 years, I want our gross margins to go up. I want our team to grow with us. Like she said earlier, we want to develop leaders.
Yep.
So in order to hit that BHAG you was talking about earlier, we got to have a bunch of leaders. There's no way me and her can just manage a $10 million team, just us two.
No.
So we're going to have leaders. And so that's our goal, like to make leaders. And I think doing that, the income will automatically come up because we have great leadership.
Yeah.
So just implementing systems and following our systems is vitally important.
Sure.
And raise leaders, and the result of all that is a higher income, higher gross margins, higher bottom line, higher top line. It's just going to be a result of just great leadership. I love it.
See, Moore doesn't want to give good, hard, firm things that we're going to do. He wants to wiggle out of it a little bit. So in 5 years, we're going to have an HVAC wing open.
Oh, okay.
Yep. We're going to be at minimum $5 million.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be on YouTube. You're going to be on playing back.
It's going to live forever.
It is. And when it happens in 3, you're going to say, wow.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
we'll have you back on then. We talk about that. We'll love it.
Yeah. So I really do. And I actually think we're going to have a solid system in place for management. I think that's going to be the next challenge for us, because you can't grow without a team.
No.
Yeah.
Like, you really cannot grow. So I think the biggest part of that success is going to be putting a team together.
I love it.
For sure.
I love it. Just kind of reflecting, what's CertainPath meant to you in this journey, to where you are and where you're going?
Man, CertainPath has meant a lot because, of course, I was talking earlier how unorganized we were. We're not there yet, like 100%,
Sure.
but we are so much more organized financially, just physically, with the team structure, with the system that's in place, from start to finish, way more organized. We have team members who we could lean on to help us. We got other owners we can lean on. Other technicians. I love when our technicians meet other technicians, because they can now compare to where they are. And our techs will now realize oh, it's not just us. I have people going through it with us. We feel like that about, other owners who are in CertainPath as well.
Yeah.
We just got somebody to lean on. We have anybody's a phone call away. It has meant the world to us because, man, that accountability they have, It's just mean a lot, because everything has increased since we've joined. That's great. So we speak highly of CertainPath.
Oh, I love it. Well, I'm excited to see where you guys are going. I can tell you're going to hit some big goals. Awesome. Guys, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was an honor. Thank you.
The Successful Contractor podcast is part of the CertainPath family. CertainPath builds successful home service businesses and has for 25 years. We do it by providing contractors with a proven path to success, professional coaching, software solutions, and a member community of 1,000 plus strong. Doubling your sales with a 20% net profit and an inspiring company culture is all possible. Let us show you the way. With CertainPath, success is made certain. Visit www.mycertainpath.com for more information.